All right, so let's get started. So today, the purpose of today's class is just to get grounded in, your website, how it works, and really how to get the most out of it. So the first thing we need to do is log in. So to log in, you just need to go to your URL and just add the extension /WP-admin. Then when you hit enter, it'll take you to, I'm already logged in, but well, let me log out. Yeah, so let's start from scratch here. So I'm gonna go houses, Scottsdale, Arizona, WP login. I'm gonna get this screen. You put your username and login, and then just log right in. And you'll come to the dashboard. All right. I'm going to mute everyone.
You going to watch this or that?
I don't do good with webinars.
All right, I've got everybody muted. There's some background noise going on. If you have a question, just type it up in the chat. I've got my chat window open. All right, so this is my test website, and I want to do a blog post. So most of what you're going to be concerned with in your website are in posts. There are pages and posts. The difference between pages and posts, real simple. So a page is always going to be on your website. It will never change. So this Scottsdale map is always going to be here as a page. Or my buyer page, it's always going to be here in the menu. Versus a blog, it's a little bit different. Every time I make a new post, it's going to go on top. And we're going to do a post later, so it'll go right on top of this Topaz at Starpoint Replat Homes for Sale in Scottsdale, Arizona. And I'll show you how to do that. So let's just go into a post. And you're going to get a screen that looks a lot like Microsoft Word. So, we call this editor the WYSIWYG editor. So what you see is what you get. And it's going to work a lot like Microsoft Word. So let's say I want to do a post about a specific subdivision. So in this case, I'm going to do homes for sale in Costa Verde. Now you might have a client or a buyer that says, I'm interested in buying a home in Costa Verde. You could set up your searches in here versus Armless or however you're doing that. And there's reasons that you want to set it up on your own website versus somewhere else. One of the main reasons is you're actually blogging, and the more you blog, the more traffic and the more specific. I'm just getting over being sick, I apologize, but you're going to get more traffic. You're making content so you get traffic in those areas that you're working in or your buyers are working in. Because I can make this one time for a buyer, and I don't know who else is going to find it on Google that may be looking for a house in Costa Verde as well. So, the point is you want to be making, traffic is off or content as often as possible. So now I'm going to, and typically, I come down into the editor. This is what we call this area here. I'm gonna write 100 or 200 words, especially if I'm sending it to somebody or a buyer, or maybe I'm putting this link out on social media. But in this case, I'm just going to make it real simple. So I'll just say all homes for sale in Costa Verde. And now I'm going to go into our IDX tool. And I'm going to do another one. We're going to do another post. So for now, I want to get all the homes that are for sale in Costa Verde. And Costa Verde is a small subdivision. That's where I live. It's probably only 120 houses in here that, not going to be a lot, but I know there's a couple for sale. subdivisions Costa Verde, city, we'll call it, let's say Scottsdale. And I want all the homes. Now, if I want to add additional criteria, maybe I have somebody that only wants 3 bedrooms, I can limit it to that, or maybe a specific price range I want to pull up. We'll do a more complex post after this one. Or if I want to add features, maybe I just want pools. And we'll go into that. But for now, let's just do a simple post. And let's let's pick a category. Let's say homes for sale in Scottsdale. Now I could add a category too if I wanted, and just call it, you know, like Costa Verde. And in that case, I only want 1, so we'll just call it Costa Verde. Let's publish it, and let's see if I did it right. So I'm not positive the legal, because you have to have the legal name properly for it to populate. So let's refresh. And homes for sale in Costa Verde. And there's only 1. Yeah, that's, but now, now I can take this link, I can send it to my buyer by simply just pressing on the little email button. And it'll pop, and you'll get an email screen. I can just send it off to my buyer now. Another thing that you can do is, now that I have this search, maybe I have a listing in Costa Verde, is I can do a strategy very easily. I can make a sign writer for the website, housesScottsdaleArizona.com/Costa Verde. Although to make that show up, I actually would have to go here and change my title, because let's just make it Costa Verde. That way my example will be better. Now I've already established my permalink here, so I need to change it so it matches. So I'm going to just delete that here. I'm going to save it. And I got to update that. Let's go back and refresh. All right, that's what I meant to do originally. I apologize if I forgot, but you know, this is just, we have a couple of clients that do this. When they get a listing, they make a sign writer. Every listing. And it's not necessarily for, I mean, it's for buyers, but you know, there's a lot of nosy neighbors that want to see, you know, what things are going for in the neighborhood. And you know, when you take them to your website, you know, we've provided you a website that can do a lot of things for them, you know, besides just seeing, you know, what's for sale in the neighborhood. So I'm going to take everyone off mute, just see if there are any questions. So any questions at this point?
Yeah, why would I blog for one community if I'm doing a blog that's going to go out for everybody?
Say that again?
I thought the intent for blogging was to go out, not just one person, but everybody. The way you're doing that, you're really saying this is a blog for one person, for one community, if I'm understanding that correct.
No, because now that this blog post is on my website, I mean, I just put it up, but at some point, you know, in Google, you could, you know, Google Costa Verde homes for sale. This page or post will show up. Now, I may have made it for a specific buyer, but because of the way the technology works, it's actually now available to the entire world, just because it's now on my website.
Right.
And we're just extending the strategy. I mean, you don't have to make a sign writer. It's just one of those, I call it bonus assignments, where, you know, if you're going to put a sign up in someone's yard anyway, you know, people, I mean, I was an agent for 12 years and there were a reason people, well, when I did it was before electricity. We used to use the flyers and the in the tubes, but people are curious, so they're going to look. Now everyone's walking around with a cell phone. They'll do it right there, right on the street. So, you know, it's just another way to reach out, you know, just to connect with people. Did that answer your question, Drew?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you going to ask me the question?
What'd you say, Gary?
Can you hear me, Dave?
Yes, I can.
Oh, I didn't know I was going to my computer. Okay. Hey, one of the things that we're trying to figure out, one is to be able to add an extra button to the front homepage. Go to your homepage if you could. Is that okay to skip around, or?
I'll send you a bill. So you want to add an extra button where?
Like say where you have next to contact me, wherever we have a space on our spot, we want to add an extra button.
Oh, here?
It's what like where you have next to contact me, you have an open space there.
Yeah. Okay.
Next to that. Okay, so I say I want to add a button. I want to add a button in that space.
I'll show you how to do it.
We've got a lot of information different that we want to do drop down information on.
So, oh, you want to add additional drop down? Okay. Let's do.
Can that be done? That's one question.
Yes.
Okay. And so we'd like to see how that can be done. And then Jennifer, what was your question?
The other thing I was wondering is how you manage the drop-down lists and add how the parent page fits into it, and when you do a new page, which you'll probably get to, I would guess.
We are covering that, so we're gonna do one more post, and then we're gonna get into menus and some other things that you can do with posting.
Perfect. Thank you.
Good question. All right. So I'm going to mute everyone again. Let's get back to, we're going to do a little more complicated post, although it's not that complicated. And then we'll move into the menu system. All right, so let's go back to here, and we're gonna make another post. So let's do let's do 4-bedroom homes with a pool in 85260 for under 800,000. So again, just for time, time's sake, I'm just going to shorten this down a little bit. But here, you'd probably write 100 words, 200 words. You want to think about who this is going to. Like if you are sending this to a buyer, you may want to give them a little more information about the area. So anyway, okay, so let's open up the short code generator, and let's do that. Now, if I knew the dimensions of where 85260 are, I could draw it out. I don't know exactly. Or if you ever get those clients that say, I want to live between, this street and this street and this street, you can draw it very quickly. So in this case, we're doing 85260. I want 4-bedroom homes. Where did I put price? Price. So we're going to do 0 to 800,000. And we wanted a pool. So I'm going to actually come in here and add the criteria from here. So let's do pool. I'm going to add it. I'm going to look up what my options are. So don't want above ground, don't want a fence diving pool, fence pool, heated pool, lap pool, play pool, private pool. Solar would be nice. I don't know what solar thermal sys is, but you can put that in. And it's gonna automatically default to like. Now, and why I'm doing that, I gave it a very long list of things. And like just means it only has to meet one of one of those criterias, not all of them, to show up. So now I'm going to insert the code. Let's just do homes in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now I have some options. I can make this post publish immediately, or I can schedule it. Maybe I have an idea for something I want to post on Halloween and I have it right now, but I'm not going to post it right now. You know, I could actually set this for October 31st. So anyway, we're not going to do that though. Or I can make it, this is a private post. So it's not, you know, you might have a list of homes that you only want certain people to see. You could make it private. That way they would have to have the link to see it. Or you could password protect it, you know, with the password. So those are just some options. Not everything has to go in right when you're doing it. You may have, maybe you're doing 5 blog posts at once. We don't necessarily recommend rapid posting blog posts that look spammy, so you could schedule them out, you know, 5 blog posts to go out over the next day or two, or different, you know, couple hours apart. So let's publish this. Let's see. I want to make it public. Publish immediately. So we're going to do that. And publish. So let's go back to Houses Scottsdale, Arizona. Let's go to the blog. 4-bedroom homes with a pool under 800,000. And there are, how many searches do we got? Yeah, there's, again, now I can send this to my buyer, or, you know, this can potentially be good social media as well. I can take this post, you know, post it in Facebook as well. Any questions? There's also a way in, we're not going to go into it now. You know, it's something that support can set up for you, but there is a setting in Jetpack, which is built right into your site for, let me back up real quick. So in the blog post, there's a thing here called publicize, and it's not connected. Now, if I did want to connect it, I can automatically have all my blog posts go out to my social media or not. Now, myself personally, you know, it's personal preference, no right way, no wrong way. I actually don't want mine to automatically post because I'm posting 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 posts a day, and I think there's just too much. If you're only posting once a day, maybe you do want it to automatically go out. So for me, I actually like to choose which ones do. And this can be set so on a per post basis, you can just say, hey, I just want this one. So right now, typically it comes out of the pipe defaulting to automatically posting everything. And you can also change it, you know, just to do whatever you want. So that resides here in Jetpack. And if you just email support and say, hey, what do I have to do to get this set up? You know, Lisa will get it set up for you. And that is, it's this little tool here called Publicize. And you just need to go in and put in your social media logins, and it will do that for you. Because that's where I actually added, because I actually added those buttons. These actually come through Publicize. I added these, but there's a way you can actually set it, like I said, for automatically just sending out that. You actually you can connect to it right here. So you can actually do it yourself. So if you just fill in your Facebook logins. Whoa. So it just now I've now connected my Facebook account, and I can pick which if you want it just to go to your business pages, you can pick which ones you want it to go to. So let's see if I did that correctly. Let's go back to posts. And let's take a quick look at that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go back. Let's edit. Nope. We want to do cancel, edit. And I now have Facebook connected to this account. Again, I don't want every single one to go out. Let's see, I didn't do that right.
Oh gosh. I don't have time for you.
Anyway, I haven't set this up in a while, but there's a way to make it so it just posts when you want it to. I don't have it set up like that right now. So, any questions on blogging? I will say that using you're gonna have to play around with using the using the short code generator. Yeah, you will have to play, with the more you use it, the easier it'll get, the quicker it'll get. Just a little practice. If you have questions, just email support. There's someone always there to pick it up. And now I want to go into how to. We had some questions about using the menu. So let's. If you want to play around with your menus, you want to go into Appearance, and then Menus. And you'll see Drew, you need to just email support@ifoundagent.com and they'll get your logins if you don't have them. They were emailed to you, but if you can't find it, just send that in. So here I can see structure of, we need the main menu. There's two different menus. So let's do the main menu. I need to select it. So this is going to give me my main menu. I've got home, Scottsdale area map, property search, and these are drop downs. And then by zip code, it's got the drop down under the drop down. So if I look at here, here's you can see how they all fit together there. See the flyouts? And so like property search, got all Scottsdale homes by zip code. You can see by subdivision, it's all got the flyouts. And they're very easy to move around. So if I want Scottsdale homes for sale to be, normally you can just drag it. Let's see. So if I want to make that a sub of Scottsdale Homes for Sale, I can just drag everything. You can just drag around. So if I want to add a new page, I can just, there's a couple ways to do it. What I like to do is make a custom link. So I can actually come back to, let's just do this one. Let's just do the Costa Verde one. I can just grab this link and come back to here, put that link of that page in. I'm going to do a link text, Costa Verde. I'm going to add it to the menu. And it should put it right here on the bottom, which if I want, I can leave it here. Let's just save it here. Let's refresh. And now it puts it in here. Now it's, for this screen, it's, I mean, this is too long. I ran out of real estate, so to speak. Yeah, it doesn't even help it. So you do need to be mindful of that, but it's going to put it right here. Now I can also move it. So if I want to just put it, maybe I want to put it up here. Let's refresh. It's going to move it. I put that under the blog. How do I get the Chrome taskbar that you were using? Let me unmute. I'm not sure what that means. John, what are you talking about, the taskbar? John?
Yes?
Oh, what taskbar are you talking about?
Right on the top, your Photoshop tutorial. I don't have any, where you get your tabs.
These?
And all of your devices like microphone, all those things.
Microphone. Oh, are you talking about this?
Keep going down lower. Facebook, Costa Verde, sharing settings, menus, my meeting, Photoshop, that bar. That bar doesn't, I don't have the taskbar like that.
That's a setting in Chrome. Yeah, it's just, you'll have to go into my...
Okay.
Yeah,
Chrome right here. I need to find out where that taskbar is in Chrome then.
You see, the GoToMeeting bar is over my little drop-down thing over here, but next to this S, you got to go into settings, and it's just, I can't remember how to do it. It's just a setting on how you want all this stuff to display.
Will do.
All right, so I've got, anyway, I moved I've got Costa Verde here. I can put it anywhere. So, it's very easy to move, drag and drop. And there's different, you've got different menus. So one of the things you want to make sure, if you're working on the main, yeah, so you just want to make sure you're in the right menu. Okay. Any questions on what I've covered so far? Okay, so there's a couple things that you can do with your site that may not be, as obvious. One is you can, has anyone here ever used their website in a listing presentation? So there's a way to use your website in a listing presentation you know, as part of your marketing program, you know, when the seller asks, hey, what are you going to be doing to market my property online? I'll just take Costa Verde, for example, although there's only one house for sale in here. But, you know, one of the ways Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I go after people looking for property on, you know, in Google or in the search engines is that I, you know, I make content for the area, you know, specific content to go after people that are actually, you know, doing those searches. So I can actually show up in the search engine. So for example, you know, I did one of these classes a while ago, and, you know, in the example of creating content using the shortcode generator, I just said, you know, tell me about a buyer you're working with. And I had a gentleman said, you know, I've got a client who's looking for a horse properties in 85260. So in this specific example, I created the content. That search shows up for what his buyer was looking for in Google. That's how people find you or can find you. And that particular search is going to lead them back to my website or one of my websites. And that's really what the game is about, is to create content for what your buyers are looking for, the niches that you work in. It's very fast. It's very efficient. You know, I've been doing 2, 3, 5 posts a night while watching Sons of Anarchy, just sitting on the couch with my laptop. And each post is taking me 1 minute to 2 minutes to do. So it is very quick. And if you have clients that you're working with, even better. You know, you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. A little bit about social media content. You know, some of the things that I've found in creating social media content is, I catch myself doing it. I looked at a post the other day, you know, what are the most expensive properties in Scottsdale someone had looked at. I was like, oh, okay, well, I can make that same post as well in even faster than how those guys did it. So let's make a social media, you know, some content for social media. You know, what are the most expensive properties in Scottsdale? I have no idea. You know, use the shortcode generator. And now there's some other things that you can do. I don't know if you've ever played around with what these are. Like if you want to send a link to somewhere else, you know, you just highlight the word, hit the link. And now I've just made a hyperlink. Can you show how the more feature works? The more. Jennifer, what are you pointing to? The more feature?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
When you're looking at like the blue house where you do the search icon in the toolbar up above, if you go over from that 1, 2, and next to just to the left of the spelling check one.
Oh, this one?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. That is a way to, let's say you have a blog and it's 800 words long. So what you can do is, you may not want to have, like, when you're listing out all the listing out all the blogs, you don't want like big long. On this one we've kind of automatically just done thumbnails of what the content is. But some blogs are set up where if you have 800 words, it's 800 words, and it's 800 words right here. So when I'm scrolling through all this, I'm not going to see all of these. You know, I can look at all these concisely. But with the, yeah, with the, when you click on the more tool, you just highlight, you're just going to highlight like the copy that you want, and then it would just say, it would show maybe 200 words, and it would just say read more, so it's not showing everything.
Okay.
It just keeps it cleaner. Yeah, and you know, and this is just a default WordPress thing. Our sites are set up because we don't. I don't think it's a great idea just to put everything on there. I'd rather you do want to just give a little snippet. So you don't have to. Good question though. Thanks. All right, so let's go back to the shortcode generator. In this case, I am going to use the map. I'm just going to guess. What's the worst that happens, right? So let's just, I'm going to draw out the area that I'm saying is Scottsdale. That's probably, that's going to be close. Close enough, right? I know I missed a lot. But you get the idea. So now let's do city, it's just Scottsdale. And price, we'll do 5 million to, let's do 100 million. I don't think there's anything close to that, but I just want to make sure I get everything. So I'm going to put it into homes in Scottsdale. Let's publish it. Let's go to the blog. What are the most expensive properties in Scottsdale? And there's a bunch. And that's a list now I can take and copy, put that into Facebook, or I have it set up so it's just automatically going in. But that's just, you know, thinking outside the box, just easy. You know, it's all, internet is all about content. The biggest problem we have is time. How long did that take me to actually create this? Not quick. And because I don't want to spend an hour writing content. Any questions?
I have a question. This is Jennifer.
Yes.
When you insert a link into a blog post or into a page, if you don't want it to show the actual link, like web address, is there a way to rename it so that it shows the text that you want? Does that make sense?
The link text?
Correct.
So the link text is, so when I highlight, so in this case, I'm linking Scottsdale. So let's highlight over it again. I'm going to click on the link, and it's automatically going to pull the word in. But you know, I could just make it
okay,
like Scottsdale real estate web, whatever, that way. The other thing is, if you check this open link in a new tab, it'll keep the screen that they clicked on open and open up a new tab, so it won't take them off the page that they came from.
perfect.
So, well, let's see what that looks like. Let's update it. Update. Refresh. So see how it changed the text? So now we just opened up in a new window. That's the one we came from. I told it to go to here, and you can put in whatever. You know, however you want to do that. I feel like I'm missing something I wanted to cover, and I'm not. Dale will cover. He goes into more in depth, like not like there's a beginning and advanced class. It just builds on it. They build on each other. So, I mean, what it would be good for now is just to really get yourself familiar with, I mean, all there really is to do once your website gets set up is you don't have to worry about, see all this stuff on the side here? We don't have to worry about this because we're just going to be mostly in posts. That's really what we're going to be creating. Oh, sorry, adding pictures. Just click on Add Media, and let's put in a photo. And typically this will run faster when I'm running GoToMeeting. It just bogs everything down. So I can actually choose the alignment, left, right, center, none, what size, and we'll put it right into the post. Now I can actually even, maybe I don't like that size, I can just grab a corner, bigger, smaller. Okay. I do want to point out there's a button here called Forms. I'm not going to get into it on this session, but if you wanted to make your own custom forms, this is where you add the form. Where you make the form is over here. Well, I'll show you what it looks like. It's actually pretty easy. So if you maybe you just want a specific form on your page, let's make a new form. Let's just call it, we'll just call this demo form. I could make a description. And now we're going to create the form. It's all drag and drop, and just something to play around with. I usually use, it's usually for the most part, it's going to be name, phone number, email, and I might have a paragraph of text to go in, and that's going to be my form. Update the form, and let's go back and put it in that post. Published. And let's go back to edit. And if I want to drop a form in, here I'm going to add form. I'm going to select the form. It's the demo form. And actually I don't want to display any form title or description, but I could insert the form. It's going to put a shortcode in. Let's update it. And the form should show up right here. So you may have something specific to, you may want a form for, it'll come to you, trust me, if you think you need one. So you have the ability to do that. Excuse me. Let's see. For those of you that have some idea about coding or playing around with code, there's two tabs here. There's the visual tab, which most of you will mostly will be in the visual tab. The text tab is where you actually can put, if you're good with coding or want to start playing around with that, you can actually play around with code here. So for example, I can manually change the size of the picture, like the picture is this big right now. I can manually change the picture width, if you know where to go. That picture got bigger, right? So, and this is where, if you have tools and widgets for other web services or using, or if you want to put widgets in for, from other, like if you wanted to put a Zillow widget on or mortgage calculator, this is where you do that. If you try to paste it here, it's not going to work. I think that's what we wanted to cover for today. Like I said, I am taping this, and I do want to answer everyone's questions. So, yeah, just let me whatever you want to know. Now's the best time. Strategies, what's working for other people. Just let me know. I'm here. I think you need to move closer to the mic, Gary, if you're talking.
Yeah. Hi. Yes.
Oh, Deanna? Are there any questions?
The last, what did you say? I do have, oh, okay, 9192.
Well, if there aren't any questions, I just want to thank you all for being here. Regarding is there a specific order to add them in? Not really. I mean, when you add a page, actually, when I go into pages, you're going to see it looks a lot like.
What?
Good breaking point or comeback?
It looks.
Whatever.
It looks exactly like.
I want to call it cottages. Do you have any interest in like seeing it before moving day?
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice to me.
That's what I'm thinking. To see what kind of dresser and bed you fit in there.
Yeah. Anyway, you can see what.
I'd like to go over there for lunch. So.
Anyway, you can see what the page editor looks a lot like the post editor. They're very similar. So, but it doesn't matter. You can just put them in because you can always go back. When you're rearranging pages, you're going to rearrange it from the menus. You just pick the page you want. Whoop. So Jennifer, yeah, you'll just pick your pages from here, pages, and they'll all be listed in here, and then you can just add it to the menu. And then you'll be able to just drag it around once you get it in there. So that's very easy to do. The other thing I want to remind everybody, we have a promotion running right now. If you refer somebody to iFoundAgent, you actually get 6 months of hosting. So you have no hosting bill till the end of the year. So if you know anyone that's looking for a website, just let us know and make sure that they know where it came from, so you get credit for that. So Jennifer, when you make a page, they actually won't show up anywhere until you add them to the menu. So when you make a new page, you do have to go in and add it to the menu. Does that make sense?
I haven't done that yet. Could you walk me quickly through the process?
Sure. Let's do one right now. So let's make a page. Let's go up, pages, add new. All right, so let's make a new page. We'll just call it a test page.
My name is Tim Bragg, and my son and I have some questions for you.
Let's publish it.
Make sure that guarantee
And I can see the test page, but it's not anywhere here until I add it. I can only see it from my editor. And I need to mute everyone. So now I need to add it to the menu. So I'm going to go to Appearance, Menus. I want to add it to my main menu, which is here. here's my test page I just made. I'm going to add it. And it'll be all the way at the bottom. And now I can put it wherever I want, like that. So, okay, good. Any other questions? If you accidentally delete a page, is there a way to get it back? Yes, there is, because in trash, well, let's do it.
And let's see. I'll just go ahead and set that one up. Do you have something there that shows?
Pages, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, let's go back.
And that'll be the same.
All right, let's search. Where is it? There's the test page. Now I'm going to put it in the trash. It is gone. Where is it? It's in the trash, but it hasn't been deleted. I have to physically delete it. I can restore it, and that'll bring it back, or I can delete it permanently. In this case, I'm actually going to delete it permanently. But if I want to bring it back, I just hit restore. Good question. Never actually had to do that, but I don't worry about accidentally deleting things either, just because I know I can do that. Anything else? Anything burning?
Dave, is this been recorded? Is this being recorded?
Yes, it is. So it takes me about a day to, it's a pretty big video or file. I got to crunch it down and edit it and all that stuff. So delete all the coughing out.
Yeah, just get rid of all my chitter chatter in the background.
Yeah, I had things muted. So
Did we go over to creating that extra button in the homepage bar?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Is that it?
Good for us.
All right. Thanks, guys. Remember, invite all your friends. It's Christmas in July. You don't know if you refer somebody, no hosting fee for the rest of the year. So, all right. Well, thank you.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.